Hello, good evening, and thank you for everyone tuning in. This is Randall Rush, brought to you live from chilly Las Vegas, Nevada, through the wonderful technology of internet radio. You're listening to Mafia 258 Lip Gloss and Mics with Kelly Kell and Alexa Gray. This is the Kings and Queens of Porn. So in the adult industry and community, there's been a big buzz about Spunk Lube. Haven't heard of it? Well, that's okay, because I'm here to tell you a little bit about it and my personal experiences. First off, there are 4 options to cater for specific needs and also personal preference. There's Spunk Hybrid, a water and silicone-based lube that mimics the body's natural lubrication. It actually looks and feels like cum. This stuff is amazing. Spunk Pure Silicone, non-drying during use. This stuff goes and will outlast you. Never sticky or tacky and cleans up easily because it doesn't contain additives or preservatives, great for sensitive skin and most silicone toys. Plus it has an infinite shelf life. Spunk Natural. This is one I haven't played with much, but like the name, it's a unique blend of edible...
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Kings and Queens of Porn. And tonight we have our lovely guest. And how do you say it, Gia? Is it Lov3ly Gia or just Gia or?
Gia Lovely.
Gia Lovely. So I did it backwards. That's what it was. And of course, my beautiful co-host Alexis. I'm so proud and glad to have her back. I missed the shit out of her.
I missed you too, girl.
I know, it seems like it's been forever. It's just crazy. And, while I'm trying to play the song, we got Gia talking about her hands being on her pussy all day, and I'm just like, okay, I'm not going to laugh at all this. Alright, so, with this lockdown, how's everybody taking it?
Day by day. Yeah, day by day. Time.
Gosh. And I didn't even realize Alexa and I were talking before the show, and she was like, the porn industry's doing okay, but you're going to look at all these industries, and she started talking, and I was like, it never hit me about the escorts, never hit me about the strippers, never hit me about all these people that are losing money.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, by the day, because as escorts, you can't go and see your clients. There's social distancing, you can't go and see them. As strippers, you can't go. Everybody's closed down, so you can't go see them. Online porn is about the only thing that you can do, but and to what degree? And at this point in time, everybody else is, everybody's losing their jobs, or they're getting laid off and stuff, so they don't have that disposable income, their play money that they used to be able to spend on girls, on, customs, or OnlyFans, or on their whatever websites, whatever. They just don't have that kind of disposable income, nor do they have the time and the personal that personal time, that one-on-one time with the girls that they would spend time with, because their wives are home or their kids are home, so nobody has that privacy anymore. Makes it really difficult for sure.
Wow. Yeah, I wasn't thinking a lot of those other things. Like, that's just crazy. Like, Gia, how did you get into porn? How did that all happen?
Well, actually, when I got divorced, I ended up moving back. It was like 2014. I ended up moving out to Vegas. So I kind of dabbled into porn back in 2015 for a little bit and jumped right out just because I don't think I was fully ready for it. I was way too naive, and I just noticed I kept getting screwed over. And so I finally came back last year. It's been a little bit over a year. November of 2018 it was. And I came back really just because I have 5 kids, and I needed something that I could do that didn't consist of me being at work 24/7 just to pay the bills. And I've been doing it ever since, and I'm glad because it pays the bills.
True.
I don't have to worry about getting a minimum wage job anymore, and it is nice because internet porn is thriving, and making content is where it's at right now. Yeah, absolutely, I agree. It's hard to think that you can go and do a scene and stuff, and you can either get paid for it or do content trade, and you can sell it over and over and over again and get paid, or you can go to work for $12 an hour, and you're busting your ass 8 hours a day. Like, okay, I could have literally made this in like 20 minutes. Like,
exactly.
It's like, why? Just why?
All right, y'all making me jealous with this money thing. Okay.
Hey, really, it's not always what it's cracked up to be. It's plenty hard work. I mean, I probably agree. Yeah, like, you have to hustle. You have to push yourself and hustle and update and make sure that you're relevant all the time in order to make that money. It's not easy. It's not an easy career by any stretch.
Yeah, I think I just now started making the amount that I set for myself. So after a year of just pushing it and continuous work, I'm finally hitting that mark where I'm like, you know what, this was worth it, 100%.
Yeah, it's finally paying off.
Yes.
So how did you hook up into it? Did somebody ask you to do it? Because I know, like, some people, they'll tell me on the interviews, that somebody spotted them somewhere and said, hey, would you, and they get into a conversation about it, and then before you know it, they're in porn. How did you?
Yes.
That's what happened?
It's actually funny because how I got back into it was I had a friend who I guess was part of this, was part of a site and wanted, they're always looking for girls or whatever, and he had suggested it, and it was his birthday, and you know what, I was like, what the hell, let's do it, and it was paid, and so I was like, I need the extra money, you want some fun, and I ended up doing it, and that was basically the start of it. After that, I was like, like, I think it's time that I go back into this, because I think I have the headspace for it now, and I'm mature enough for it, and so that's how it started. It was definitely random. It wasn't a planned thing at all.
And when you started, like, did you do certain, like, how does it go? Like, they do little clips or whatever, and then they'll do a shot, and you started your promo and all that. What was your favorite part of it all?
When I started?
Yeah.
I think, actually, I was pregnant when I started.
Oh, wow.
So I had a completely different fan base, and I had a pretty big fan base. I actually made pretty good money when I was pregnant selling content, because that's what I just did specifically, was just content, until I did get recognized by a couple, taboo producers, and they were like, hey, they started liking me, and I think the best thing about it is I think it was a really big boost for my self-esteem. I think that was the main part of it, was it, like, it made me really realize, like, damn, you're a goddess, like.
I've heard that from a few girls. Have you, Alexa? I've heard that from a few girls, that it made them feel, matter of fact, one of them that I interviewed, Alexa, this is going on our third year, or it is our third year, and I remember one girl saying that and I've seen her now, she's lost, like, a lot of weight, she's, it was a whole self thing for her. She was a single mom at home with a couple kids, and she got into it and everything, and, I see her now, she looks totally different than when she first started. And she had mentioned the whole self-esteem thing too, that it boosted her.
I was in an abusive relationship before I started. Okay. So I actually the father of my child was in prison at the time. Okay. So it was definitely a big boost of self-esteem, because at that point I was rebuilding myself, and I rebuilt myself over the past year into this, and it's nice. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, it makes you feel like, because a lot of these men, especially these abusive men, they make you feel like you are unworthy, that no other man's going to want you. You're damaged, or you're broken, or you have baggage that nobody else is going to want. And then you put yourself out there, and all of a sudden you have men on a daily telling you how beautiful you are, how worthy you are, how gorgeous you are, how much they wish they were with you. You're like, what?
I don't know if I could deal with that.
Where did you come from? Where did you come from my life? And it's a daily boost. It's that daily boost. And for a lot of girls, they become, I don't want to say the word addictive, but they become quite enthralled with the amount of attention they get on a daily, because there's men around the world that, as much as there's guys who you trust in more than anything, tells you nobody wants you, then all of a sudden you're like, wow, wait a minute, I posted a picture, and there's 350 guys that say you're hot. You're like, well, wait a minute, who's right and who's wrong here?
Yeah, right. Which one do I want?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm going to take the 350.
Fans are something else, man. I love my fans. They're the best.
But do you find that, I mean, on the flip side of that, do you find the alternative? Do you find that there are fans out there that will, because I know personally I have them, who will be like, why did you do that? I didn't like that picture. I didn't like that pose. I don't like this. I don't like that. And they almost are I've had fans that are almost as abusive as anybody, you know, to the point where, you know, you're like, okay, I guess it's time to block you, because it's just not a positive reinforcement in what it is that you're doing. They make me feel very little about myself.
Oh, that's crazy. I have not approached that yet, and I understand, because I know I will eventually when I get to where you're at. But that sucks.
Yeah,
there's some crazy people out there.
Yeah, there is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all know
that.
that.
It is. Yeah, I know for myself personally, I found that because when I was new in this, I used to internalize a lot and go, oh, well, you know, and it's crazy. You could have literally 1,000 guys go, wow, you're amazing, you're beautiful, and you're wonderful, and then I would have one son of a bitch that would be like, you're a fat whale.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see you.
And the fun,
like, you're disgusting and you're ugly. Why are you posting your pictures?
Oh my
and that
God.
one person like, take away all of the compliments that those 1,000 people would ever say. And I'm like, why am I listening to one when I have 1,000 saying that you're beautiful? Exactly. But it's almost like human nature. You go to that one person who will say something nasty or negative about you, and I'm like, I don't want those guys to get me down.
Yeah, exactly, because that'll just kill it. That'll just kill it.
Attention to that.
Yeah, you can't pay attention. And I'm not even a porn star, but even just going through normal guys in your inbox on Facebook, you know what I mean? And it's like, you start talking to somebody, and it, just like you said, Alex, they'll be like 10 a day, like, oh, good morning, beautiful. Like, I get a text right now from some guy I don't even know, and every morning he's in my inbox, good morning, gorgeous. And just like you said, just that little good morning, gorgeous, I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
makes you smile.
Yeah, it makes me smile. Like, I want to have a good day. Yeah. I want to have a good day. And then, you know, you got the other ones like, hey, beautiful, hey, sexy, whatever. You know what I mean? And then it's like, this one guy the other day, I guess I said something he didn't like. He turned around and called me a fat cracker. I was like, really? I said, are you,
really?
like, yeah, like, what are you, but I like you, and I really want to get to know you, and I want to be with you, and I'm like, yo, you know what? I said, you just hit strike one right there. I said, why are you gonna, because you're in a bad mood or something I said, you're gonna turn around and try to knock me down and make me feel like shit? It ain't gonna happen, because I know I'm beautiful, so I'm not gonna let you do this to me. You know, and I'm so sick of abusive motherfuckers out there. Excuse me, I'm just so tired of it.
Too damn many.
Yeah, there's so many.
It's even like a bigger thought, because just by him doing that, you can assume that it's like, damn, like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, that you have to feel so threatened by me or hurt that, you know, I rejected you or something, you know what I mean?
and it's not even like that with him. It's not even like I'm dating him or nothing. Right. So I just
get the ones, I don't know if you get them, but I get the ones that are like in my inbox. It's like, hey, you didn't post a picture or send me a private selfie of you. You promised me.
Oh my God.
Well, first of all, question number one, have you paid me? Have you paid me anything? Have you sent me any money? Oh, no. Okay, then why are you in my direct messages? Secondly, I don't promise shit. You want to talk to me about what I did, so that have you sent me any money? Have you requested anything? Have I told you that I was going to send it? Oh, wait a minute. No, I haven't. So why are you in my direct messages again? Because you're wasting my time messaging you back. Like, people, if that's not, you know what, that's not even my biggest pet peeve. My biggest pet peeve is the ones that come into your direct messages and they're like, hi. just hi. Wow.
Yeah, like you say hi back, and then it's like, all right. So let me ask y'all. I'm not a
Cal, don't ever do it. Don't fall for the trap, Cal. Don't fall for the trap.
I won't. But listen.
Never drink the Kool-Aid, man. Don't ever disrespect. It's like, hi. I'm like, okay, you have the opportunity right now. Let's just say for shits and giggles, I am your fantasy girl. I am the girl of your dreams, because this is what you tell me I am. I am the woman that you would freaking, like, literally give your left nut for in your entire world. You cut off your legs for me because you love me that much. And all you have to say to me in my direct messages is,
hi.
Hi.
Alright, what about...
You have captivated my attention. You have enthralled me so much that all I can do is just everything I can not to message you back because of your one little weird picture that you have on your Instagram is to go, oh my God, you are the man of my dreams. Please let me talk to you. And for all my feelings and emotions, just you. Hi.
Hi.
What? The serious fuck the guys think that they're going to accomplish by hi.
And they really think that way. They really think that way.
Yeah. Or, please let me send you a picture of my shriveled up little dick.
No. See, now you guys are porn stars.
Sure.
Hold on, you guys are porn stars, okay? So I would expect you guys to get dicks. But I don't need to get the dicks because I'm not a porn star. And I just put a flyer up and I get dick pics, okay? And it's,
I don't want to, I'm a porn, okay, this is just me. I'm going to take me out of it. Do you like to get dick pics?
Hell no.
See? It just...
I hate it. And he was like, oh, well, I want to do porn. Do you think you could...
I will never ask you to look at your dick.
Right. Well, my thing is if I want to see your dick...
It's going to cost you $10. I have no problems looking at your little mole shriveled up little dick. That makes it look like freaking... That's just nasty. I will tell you straight up. For $10, you can send me a message and with a $10 tip and say, I would like you to rate my dick. I'm going to tell you you're nasty as fuck. Please don't do so unsolicited. Do not send dick pics. How many times, Kel, have we gone through this? Do not
send dick
unwanted, unasked for, unsolicited, nasty-ass dick pics.
Yeah, I get tired of it.
What do you expect that we want? Like, I do porn. I'm sorry, I can go sit on a 12-inch dick. I can get porn. We can see the most beautiful, most impressive dicks in the industry, anywhere from 9 to 12 inches.
Oh my God, girl, stop.
Rock hard, gorgeous, 100%. It has to be the most beautiful, chiseled up, like, I'm sorry, have a look at Prince Joshua. Anybody would want to jump on that dick. Now, if he sent me a picture of his dick, Shane Diesel, I might be going, hell yeah, I'm impressed. I'm sorry. I don't want to see some 4-inch little shriveled up dick. And that's what's impressed. I'm a porn star. Do you understand the kind of dick that I see on a regular? And you think that your little shriveled up dick is going to impress me? I don't even understand why it is you're even in my direct messages right now.
And anyways, big dick energy is way better than big dick too. So just send that money and then send a dick pic and I'll be
Thank you. Exactly. Exactly. Like your dick pics aren't paying my bills.
Right.
Your compliments aren't paying my bills. It's just not, no. Mm-mm.
That's just crazy. Now, Gia, have you like done like cam and all that too, or just the straight porn? Because I'm just wondering if you had any like crazy requests. Like, what was your craziest request from any like client?
Well, I don't cam yet, but I do plan on starting to cam. It's just where I live. I have like a weird connection, so it's just not happening.
Right.
But the weirdest thing that I've ever had a client ask me to do, see, because now I've done everything, so it's like nothing weird. But back when I started sex work, I was escorting before I did porn, and I had a client that had asked me to piss on him.
To piss on him?
His mouth, and to piss on him and piss in his mouth, and that was the craziest. That was the first time I ever heard that in my life.
Why the fuck would he want you to piss in his mouth?
I don't know, and it took me forever to pee. I was just like sitting there.
Just come coming. It's
He was
coming.
paying me for it, so I was like, damn. I got paid for extra, for fetish and stuff like that. So that was way extra. I was like, okay, now you guys know.
On that way because I have not anal in that regard. But those who are doing anal need to stretch it out in order to, without pain, accept larger objects in her ass.
Alright, so wait a minute. Hold on. So you stretch out your ass to fit something bigger.
We got a favor separate here. We got to we got to get her through this. Yes, you have to stretch it out.
Alright, so like the anal beads don't do that.
Yeah, well, it'll do because they do have, larger ones, and it helps because it's just a continuous, you stretching it out.
But you're stretching it out to bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need different sizes. So you can start with the anal beads because they're smaller. You have to get it considerably bigger. Or a lot of the if you look at if you go on Amazon and stuff, they have anal kits, and so they can start you off with a smaller one, and then you slowly work your way up to the medium sized ones, and then larger, and then extra large ones. So there are some that can are stretched out enough that they can take
A big dick.
considerably large men. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Because the thing is you don't want to be on set. Like, you want to be able to be on set and to have things stretched out enough that when you're on set that you're not going to be in pain. That is not going to be in
okay.
pain, right?
So that's the whole purpose of stretching it out, so you're not in pain when you do that.
Right.
Okay, I got it, guys. I got it.
You can tell, like a lot, you can tell the girls that, do anal scenes quite often. I mean, you look at Adriana Chechik, or you look at Angela White, that, do some anal scenes, and, they can be DP'd, and it looks like it's like no
pain whatsoever.
It's very comfortable. They're enjoying it. They're
they're well prepped for that.
Yeah, they're very well prepped. And on the other hand, if you came near me with your baby finger, I might be going, I don't think that's going to work for me right now. So, they definitely prep for that kind of
No
scene.
shit.
And you said you have one in May?
Yeah, so I have an anal scene. Look, I usually do anal scenes, but I have an anal scene in May, but I started shooting my own scenes. So I'm going to be shooting my own crazy shit. So I did it.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, you gotta slowly stretch it out, because you know what? Let's be honest. Those sphincters are very tight.
Yeah.
Purpose. I know him. How are you taking him in your ass? I could barely fit him in my pussy. I'm impressed with you, and you're now my official hero right now.
Wow.
Yeah, I love it.
That is crazy.
You love that.
And I forgot that. That's true. When they do the gangbangs and shit, you always got one in the ass too.
Yeah, the DPs are huge.
Yeah, I have yet to do like 2 men, but I haven't done more than 2 men for an anal gangbang yet. But it'll be soon. There's an event that I'm doing with Richard Mann, and apparently my ass is gonna be tore up. So.
I was just gonna say he's kind of rough, ain't he? I was like, wait a minute, he gonna tear that ass up.
Have you taken Richard up your ass? Freaking the full bull freaking experience, which means like Dawn Prince.
Yeah, the gangbang that I did, it was a orgy with Vicky Verona, and it was Dawn Prince, Mysterious, and Richard Mann.
Girl.
So.
Alright, so Richard Mann was one of your first?
I know his voice. Mysterious and I, we got quite acquainted over, him and I have known each other for a really long time, but during ABN, we actually did a 3-way blowjob with him as the co-star, or him as...
Wait a minute, a 3-way blowjob?
Yeah, so there was Mysterious. I don't know if it's been posted anywhere yet, but it was Mysterious, myself, Katrina Black, and Tiffany Starr.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there were the 3 of us with him. Richard, I have, like I said, like him and I have known each other for many years now, and we have yet to experience it. I have never actually even been with Dawn Prince yet. So it's funny because there's the whole crew. I had seen at ABN this year. There was Fred. Richard Mann. There's Don Prince, Mysterious. I think Pussy Bandit was there. And I'm trying to think of the other person who was there at the time, and I can't remember off the top of my head. And all of a sudden, I'm like surrounded by all these guys, and we're just chit-chatting. And I start walking backwards, and Fred's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Gentlemen, I feel a gangbang coming on, so I'm going to just step out of this equation right now." Because I'm like, you guys would be the dream team for a massive, like, BBC freaking gangbang right now. Like, I'm not ready for this. I got to go. It's like, yeah, I've seen you all at work. I know what you're all packing. I'm not into this. You got to go.
He was one of my first
Great guy.
interviews, I believe. My first or second interview was Richard Mann. I think it was my second. And just the way he talked, and you could tell he like rough, and he was gonna beat that pussy up. I was just like, oh my goodness.
That is.
Yes. And you know, the funny thing is when I spoke to Richard about it, because I said to him, like, honey, like, I've watched, I mean, him and I've known each other, like I said, for a long, long time. And I was very well acquainted with all of them. And then I said, you know, I'm worried to be with you. And he's like, why, Queen? Like, why would you be worried to be with me? And I'm like, well, because, I mean, I see the way you are with certain women. Like, you freaking, there's no mercy at all. And he said, well, true. He said, true, but he goes, with all due respect, he goes, you know, like, I'm all about the pleasure of the woman that I'm with. He said, so I'm not going to do that to somebody who is not turned on or wanting that. But if the women are wanting that from me, he's like, hell yeah, man. It's like, no whole bars, man. Like, it's coming in. I'm like, all right. So, you know, I just can't even imagine, you know, being in the gangbang with him. I would just be, that'd be a lot. So I'm impressed by you right now.
Super cock drunk afterwards. I think I passed out.
So you have the three. So you have Richard, Don, and Mysterious.
And Big Mac.
Oh, so you got Max, Big Mac, too? Damn, girl.
Yeah.
Shit.
He was cameraman to the show.
Damn.
I don't think I know Big Mac.
There's a couple more that you, Mr. Nuts, he goes by. Everybody knows him as either Mr. Nuts. We talked to Mr. Nuts. Right. He's a good guy, really good guy. You already had Max, you already had Don, but there's, I'm trying to think of a couple of other guys that are just, Montana is another one. He's fantastic. They're all out of Atlanta, I believe, and just really good guys. You know, really good guys, gentlemen, and they know what they're doing, you know, they make for a really good team. So there's definitely a few out there that I would highly recommend that you check out. And they all run as, you know, they all run kind of together as that you know, all in one kind of
it's like a whole team, right? Yeah.
Let me check him out.
Who's the one in Atlanta that we interviewed, the producer? Wasn't it D? It began with a D, out of Atlanta. I think he was producing his own stuff. Oh my God, there's so many, I can't remember all the names. But he was telling me that Atlanta was growing.
Fred, Mr. Nuts is...
That's who it is. That's why, because you called him Fred, and I know him as Mr. Nuts.
Yeah, Mr. Nuts. Yeah, Mr. Nuts is awesome. And him,
I love him.
Him and Max are great friends. Him and Pussy Panther, like they all run together. They're a really good group of guys, and they produce in great teams. And I'm just going to put it out there, and I don't know if he's ever going to be listening to this, but Fred knows him. He is the cameraman extraordinaire. If you can get this man behind your camera, and I'm telling you this, if you're shooting with these guys,
who's that, Mr. Nuts?
No, he works with Mr. Nuts. If you can get this man behind your camera, he goes by G. Everybody knows him as G. He is the shit. He is the bomb. He is the man. Like, he is probably in all of my years that I've been doing this the last few. One of my favorite guys behind the camera. He knows what he's doing. He's very smart. Like, he knows how to be good at a good scene, and he is amazing. He is amazing behind the camera. Works very closely with Fred. So Fred will know him. Richard Mann knows him very, very well. Pussy Bandit knows him very well. All of them do. Like, they all run together. So if you can get G behind the camera, he's in Florida. I'm telling you, get that man. And there's another one. His name is Jimmy. Him, Jim, and G work really well together. Those two together are like cinematography, like geniuses. Tell you.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. They are amazing. They are just incredible together. And I met them when they shot me together with Ludus.
Okay.
And I wish Ludus was still in the industry. Every once in a while I see him up on Twitter, but that boy is...
I miss him.
Yeah, no, I had the pleasure of working with Ludus. He's cool.
God, I think every girl wanted Ludus.
You see? Ludus is... Wow.
Why did he leave?
What's that, man?
Why did he leave?
Because he had other professional...
Didn't he become a cop or something?
Yeah, he had other professional avenues that he wanted to pursue. So yeah, becoming a cop was a big thing for him. So, I mean, I'm sure
and he grew.
The law enforcement industry is doing well by him, but I'm telling you, the porn industry is definitely suffering because he's gone.
Yeah, because he grew so fast. I remember interviewing him the first year he started, and I mean, I seen him blow up. I was just like, damn, every girl wanted his dick. Like, it was just like...
Well, you know what it is that if you actually ever got to know, like, if you got to be, you forget even on scene with him, but if you got to be in the same room as him, he would make every woman, it didn't matter your size. Like, that's the one thing I love. I mean, I'm a plus-size girl. But, I mean, I know girls who are plus-size girls, and I know girls who are more mainstream and thinner girls. It didn't matter what your body type was. Lucas loved...
Yeah, he could handle it. You could tell that.
He could handle the SSBBWs. He could handle the mainstream girls. It didn't matter. But when you were on set with him, you felt so unbelievably beautiful and sexy no matter what. Like, you know, sometimes, you know, as a bigger girl, you feel like, oh, well, you know, maybe he's just here because of the money, or maybe he's just here because of whatever. No. Ludus was just all into who you were in that moment. And
he wanted to know everybody.
It was a really hot scene.
Yeah, he's definitely passionate, for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely... His passion to porn was the shit. Because I remember talking to him on an interview, and then just seeing his Instagram pictures, you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, man, I've got to go watch him, some of his clips. I just got to see what he's up to, you know what I mean? And I was just like, damn, like, you could tell he was into whoever he was with.
Genuinely that genuine. Like, he's amazing that way. And actually, Ludus was the first interracial scene I had ever done. And he was amazing. He was incredible. And
for what?
The first interracial scene.
Oh, okay.
That I've ever was with Ludus.
I didn't know that.
For me. And he was incredible. He was absolutely amazing. And yeah, I don't think I went back after that. For me, it took me, and I purposely held off. Like I purposely held off for well over a year in my career to not do any interracial at all. Not because I had anything against it. It's just because that's what my fan base wanted to see. Right, white girl wanted to see with a black guy, especially BBW. They always want to see you with a big black dick, right? So for me, I'm like, okay, I'll get there. And for the first year, I held off, and I think I went through every white talent that I could find. And then with Ludus, I finally popped my cherry, so to speak. And then from that point on, I mean, everyone's like, oh, so do you only do interracial? I'm like, no, but that's just seeming to be what keeps coming up. Lucky me. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say.
That's crazy.
So who's, like, of all the talent that you've got to work with, who kind of stands out for you as one of your top great experiences, or your
top dick? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Top performer or top scene?
Yeah.
Let's do both. Pick one of yours.
Alright. I feel like now there's a lot to pick from now. I feel like my all-time favorite is still my anal, what is it? I don't know what they call it, anal slut stomp. Rick Nasty shot it, and it's with Black Christ and D-Rock. Those boys handled my ass.
Damn.
thought that. So yeah, I really like that scene. And then as far as working wise, I gotta say my all-time favorite working with them, and we've never actually been filmed together by a company, but we shoot content all the time because he's close by. But he's always, he's always about his business, has all his camera equipment, everything, and that's Rich the Piper. Him definitely is probably one of the he performs really well. He performs really well.
What about females?
Rich the Piper, he's from Florida.
Oh.
Why do I know that name? I know this name.
I've heard the name. I'm
gonna Twitter Google this shit after I'm done.
Now, what about females? Have you done any female scenes? Like
females, I have done female scenes. Not that many though, so I can't really. Because I've done one with Vicky, and I've done one with Melody Cummings. Was great to work with.
I love her.
Cutest girl in the world.
I love her. She's such a doll. And an ass on her, like, go for days, that girl.
Yes. I shot with, I think who else I shot with? Mia. I don't know, Peter King Productions, and then Mia Pisa, his girlfriend. I've shot a couple girls with her as well, and she's fucking really well. Always has me fucking trembling.
She would love that.
I love that. Yeah, I don't shoot a lot of girls.
that's what I was wondering, if it was just their label name or it was about face fucking or. Yeah.
I mean, it's not necessarily just face fucking, because they do a lot of crazy shit. They do fisting, they do, DP, anal, all that. So,
yeah. They're like very hardcore.
I told him to hand it to me.
Oh, wow.
See, porn companies love girls like you. They love girls like they hate girls like me. I'm like, here's my do's and don'ts. I like vaginal, but nothing anal. I'm like, you can fuck my mouth, but don't mess up my makeup because I have to look pretty at the end.
Oh my god!
You hate me.
Oh my god, Alexa, are you serious?
My pussy, I would. So nobody could touch my pussy, and I could just do anal scenes. I would do it.
Really, you don't like the vagina? Why don't you like the pussy scenes?
No, I mean I do, but I personally prefer anal. I get off more, and I don't know. It's always better for me when I am intimate with somebody when I do vaginal, and that's usually like really like time where it's like really like.
See, you're the kind of girl that I want to talk to. I'm like, look at me go, I'm so naughty, because like I stick a little tiny blood plug in my ass, and I'm like, ooh, look at me go, I'm so good. And guys are like, oh, we want to see you take dilation diesel in your ass. I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. I'm like, are you insane? No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
That's why it's always good to have a connection with, with your the person that you're going to be shooting with, your coworker, because of the fact that, those are first before we did that, or I knew ahead of time who I was shooting with, and like we were texting, a little bit before I shoot, so I was comfortable. Those type things. That I feel like that's always a big factor.
So basically,
yeah, you're right. Absolutely, communication is huge. Whether it's before or on set or what. Like I always like to, even when I'm shooting with a company, I'm like, okay, can you please let me know ahead of time who it is I'm shooting with, so that I can Google them, so I can, look them up on Twitter, so I can have them. Yeah, so you have some sort of connection with them, so when you get on set, you're like, hey, so, like we talked about on our, Twitter feed, like, this is kind of, like, where I'm at, where I'm not, whatever, It definitely makes it, and too, you almost get to know each other better. The more connection you can have, the better it comes across on team.
I'm always going to remember Gia now as the ass girl. I'm going to be like, yep, that's Gia.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. So all these other, so the scene, somebody did something over in Japan too. I can't remember. That was insane, the whole production of it or whatever. So now what is something that you do want to do, Gia? Like something that you haven't done that you want to do?
As far as like pushing my limits as sexual wise?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, the interracial anal gangbang, you know, more than 2 people will be like a thing. I've never done that before. That's coming up in May.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so I'm super ready for that. And then the anal fisting I haven't done either. That's why I've been trying to prep for it. But that's been a long time dream of mine. It's how cute to put a fish up my ass. And I want to, like I said, I'm trying to get on set with legal porno because I'm really into that crazy, weird, gave my holes and piss into them and type stuff. So I'm trying
like
to
the
do
weird
all that.
fetishes.
Yeah, that would be a hot one if you can get them with them, because you definitely push the limits of the people that they're with, which is really hot.
Yeah, because I have a fisting fetish, obviously, like a stretching fetish or whatever, and then I have a breeding fetish.
A what?
Really?
If you're gonna fuck my pussy, come inside me.
Yeah. You better finish inside me and let me feel you dripping up for a fucking week. That's how this works. That's how this works around here.
It's supposed to, and I don't know why people don't want to.
I don't like cream pies. I told you, I'm every porn company's worst nightmare.
Why, Alexa? Why don't you like cream pies?
Because, I mean, here's the thing.
God, you're like the daintiest porn star.
I know. I'm such a prissy bitch. The reason for it is because, you know, for me, like I'm Canadian, so I travel to go to shoot, right? So if I go down to shoot and I'm shooting 2 or 3 scenes a day, or, you know, whether it's my own content or I'm being paid from the company, whatever the case may be, right? So I'm like, okay, so I shoot at 10 o'clock in the morning and I have some guy cream pie me. And then I go to shoot at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I haven't quite got all the guy from 10 o'clock in the morning. A lot of trying to get that all out of me. And then, you know, it's also the fact that it completely throws off my pH level. So by day 2 or by day 3, I'm a wreck. That's the worst part. Right? And this is something that, you know, there's certain things in the porn industry that don't get talked about. It's like,
and
oh, damn, you know,
it does that, but it definitely does.
It definitely does.
What do you mean?
It does. And so, you know, there's things where guys don't understand, or companies sometimes don't understand. They're like, okay, we get the general stuff like, oh, okay, a girl shows up, oh shit, and I have a period. Oh, okay, well, we have that issue to deal with. Okay, so that's one issue. They don't realize that, oh shit, you know, I have yeast infection now, or my pH levels got thrown off, and now I smell like disgusting fucking musty old dirty socks. You don't feel sexy and beautiful and desirable when you can know that your pH level's been thrown off and you have to do a scene, and some guy's like, I'm supposed to go down on her, and you can actually see in his face that he really doesn't want to have to go do that. You know, and I don't blame him because I know that it smells funky. You know, there's just certain parts of it that I'm just not into. So for me personally, there's been a couple of times where I've had that where it's one scene for the next 2 days or 3 days, and I have time to get rid of it and make sure I'm all clean and fresh and everything's good to go. But for the most part, no, I don't want a whole load of cum in my pussy.
Right.
Yeah.
I never thought of it like that. Now you're gonna make me start to think like that. I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, well, see, this is where Spunk Lube is my best friend. Because, you know, you take your lube shoot, you shoot a little freaking Spunk Lube in there, you fuck a little bit more, you pretend he comes, and you fucking, Spunk Lube will stand up. Yeah, Spunk is that's just why Spunk is our best friend. Because you stand up and it makes it look like you're being cream pie, but it's Spunk Lube. So you know that your pH level's not going to get thrown on.
Right.
You know that you can go fuck some other guy an hour later and everything's going to be good to go.